Okay, part two. So, aside from all of that massive drama, I decided that I really just need to get away, take a break as much as I can. There is really no breaks because I'm also on top of the work issues, struggling with insurance, like trying to get some stuff done because I do have other like health issues that I'm not going to discuss, but other health issues that I've been trying to get taken care of, and I'm just like battling back and forth about like what insurance will cover, what they won't, blah blah blah. It's been a lot, and just so many appointments. Getting through that, I think, finally. So that's been a thing as well. But I decided, we need to get away. Like, we've been cooped up in the house. Like, we've been stressed out. Well, I've been stressed out. My sweet husband, like, I don't know. I worry sometimes, like, I'm too much because, like, I can be a stress hound. Like, I'm a very, like, let's get it done. Let's get it done. Gotta get it done. Like, get it over with. And I can be really serious a lot. Like, I feel like I have to be, I guess. Even though I can be a lot of fun. I can be. But, yeah, I tend to be, like, quite serious. And he's, like, a little bit more silly. But, like, he also, like, carries a lot of pressure on his shoulders, too. But, like, he just doesn't show it as much. And, like, tries to keep things light, especially for, like, me. So, I appreciate him being there, honestly, because if it weren't for him, I probably would have had way more meltdowns than I've already had. But neither here nor there. I'm like, well, let's get out. Like, let's do like a family thing. My niece is graduating kindergarten. We got invited to that. And you know what? Like, it'd be lovely. I haven't, seen, some of those family members on that side in a handful of years. And yeah, I don't know, like, let's just get away. Let's take a break, which requires a lot of planning, right? Because I do have animals, so you have to plan to accommodate them. Have to make sure like security is all set up and ready to go. And then also like planning for a trip for a newborn is a daunting task. And I even question like if that was even right of me to even do, because like that's a lot. That's a lot for a baby. And we'll get to that here in a moment. But hacking for a newborn, like, let's just say she had a lot more things than we did, right? Like, you have to think of so many things. And then planning the trip itself, like, how you're accommodating her, because, like, we as adults can go for a very, very long time driving without stopping and be okay. But her, it's like, gotta make sure she's comfortable. Is she breathing? Did she poop herself? Is she sitting in pee? Like, did she puke? Is she hungry? She needs to stretch. Like, she can't just keep sitting there, like, locked in like that. All these things. And, yeah, so we left. We decided to, like, do, like, a night drive. Just because we figured there'd be, like, less traffic on the road. Be easier. I took a nap before we left. My husband was unable to, which was a mistake because he was the one who was driving. And honestly, for like almost the whole drive, it went really smoothly, really well. We did stop like every 2 hours to, check on her and, attend to her. But mostly she slept, which is good. But the last 2 hours, like it got pretty bad. Like she was inconsolable for almost 2 hours. We were both really tired at this point. We were starting to get sick because we hadn't eaten so long and had like energy drinks in our system, and getting irritated. And also like the last stretch of the drive was really sketchy because there was a lot of like twists and turns and unexpected like yeah, it was stressful, very stressful. And then there was like a point where prior to that, like we stopped because we had to like get gas and turns out it was kind of a sketchy part of town, and like we pull up to a pump and like some guy gets out of his truck and he just starts like screaming at somebody, and I'm like, yeah, no, we're not stopping here. Like, I don't know, it was a lot. It was tense, it was stressful, actually. Get to our hotel, which I had called the day prior, and we had booked this room like a month in advance. But I called the day prior and asked if there was an early check-in, and the lady I spoke with, a really nice lady, said, yeah, you can do an early check-in. You're a member. You can come as early as you want. We got plenty of rooms, no issue. And I, gave her a time, like, yeah, we're going to be here approximately around 10 a.m. And she's like, yep, no problem. Like, I'll let people know, whatever. Another whatever. Sorry about that. We finally get there, and again, keep in mind, we're so tired. We've been stopping every 2 hours, which prolongs the drive. Hungry, ill from not eating, and again, belly full of Red Bull. Go to check in, and the lady at the desk was not very friendly or pleasant. Like, you could tell she was like really stressed out and just wasn't very warm and welcoming, which was not a sight for sore eyes. We tried to check in, and she was like, oh, there are 0 of those rooms available. And I explained to her, like, well, we called and asked about early check-in, and we were told that yes, and I gave a specific name, that would be fine. We just traveled, with a newborn. And she's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's none of those rooms available. And yeah, I was quite upset. I was doing my very best to keep my cool, but like I'm telling my husband, I'm like, I'm about to lose my shit, like for real. So we're just sitting in the lobby with all of our things, with a baby who's screaming, by the way, sitting there, and I'm trying to comfort her. Say to my husband, like, do you want to try to take a nap on one of these lounges? Like, while we just wait here, I guess. And I sat there for a while. And then, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes later, I was like, you know what, I need to talk to a manager. Not realizing at the time that the woman who was unfriendly was the manager, by the way. But anyway, we'll get to that too. So I finally walk up, I got my baby in my arms to like be like, I want to talk to a manager. And before I even had the words leave my mouth, they're like, hey, we're trying to figure out something for you. We have like a smaller suite with, 2 queen-size beds that we can put you in right away. Part of the problem is that we're having bathtubs resurfaced, and, that will be one of the last rooms that they touch. So, you guys can stay there. We won't have to, like, switch you to somewhere else, because we understand, like, that will be hard, with the baby and stuff. And I was like, we'll take it, Like, I'm too exhausted to even care, fight, argue, whatever. Like, they should have given us an upgrade, but for all I know, like, the room that we initially booked was probably the best one, but neither here nor there. So we get in the room, and guess what? Baby is inconsolable for 6 hours. So not only had we been driving for a very long time and in rough condition, baby won't settle. And I'm like crying and feeling horrible, because I'm like, this has already not been a good sign. It has not been a good start to this trip. And I feel like I'm a really bad mom, because like I felt like getting out would be good. But I realized like it was way too much to ask of a little baby to do. Yeah, like it actually like really tore me up and broke my heart. Like I was like, I'm horrible. I'm a horrible mom. And my husband, he's like, no. He's like, you're not. He's like, just like, this is the first time we've done anything like this. Like we're still like learning. And yeah, it is a lot, but like it's gonna be okay. So, okay. Well, finally get her settled 6 hours later. And now it's time to like start our trip. And I'm going to part 3 this because I'm already approaching 10 minutes, and again, you've already signed off like 3 minutes ago, so we'll go on here.